Hi. Honestly, just going through a few things that I'm not very happy about, and going through, I wouldn't say a lot, but going through a lot of rejection and being ignored. And I'm like just finding people for my podcast and trying to do collaborations and stuff. Now I'm extending to do collaborations on Instagram because it works better, and because I'm DMing so many people, I can't expect them to go to my YouTube channel and like pick up on the right video and like understand who I am. So I'm trying to do a better job of being able to communicate properly who I am and what I'm doing on Instagram, so that when people kind of land up on my page, like, who is this person who's like DMing me, they get an idea of what I'm trying to do. And that requires collaborations because I'm also trying to grow, and one of my strategies right now for growing is doing collaborations. So what happens is that we make a little 1-minute podcast for my page, I guess, and we do the same for that person. So I get to promote this person and that person gets to promote me, because all of us are from the same like industry. All of us are trying to grow our social media and stuff, so it works out that way. It's good for them and it's good for me. But for some reason it's just been difficult, man. Yesterday I texted the CEO of Team 10. I don't know if he's a CEO, his profile or whatever says that he's the CEO of whatever, and he's like a big person, a very important person in the company. And I texted him to come on my podcast, and it was fine if he didn't see it. He anyway saw it, then he saw my story, and then it was just left unseen. And that just kind of, I don't know, it hurt. That really hurt. But I was like, I cannot expect things to be that easy. Yesterday was a funny day. Yesterday I saw that he didn't reply or whatever. He just saw it and left it, and that's fine. Like, what do I expect? I can't expect everyone who's watching like me, or like every person I'm reaching out to, like just respond to me and like be with the plan and everything. Like, that shit's not happening. That's even unrealistic to think. But it was weird, even though I feel like I have a good mindset and I'm like, I'm prepared for all the no's, I'm like good with rejection, but then that really hurt. Irrespective, one good thing's happening. In the last 2 podcasts I've had, they've been good. They've been actual great conversations that I was failing to do previously. My previous, before these 2, was so bad. We would just come to these stoppages where we're not speaking. It's only like me asking questions and the other person responding. It's supposed to be a conversation, but that wasn't happening. Something changed, and I'm so happy that I got to know these people and they got to know me as well. And even though like we end up discussing business or whatever, I kind of feel like formed some kind of a relationship, which is a good thing, which I'm very, very happy about that we achieved. The next thing was, so the CEO thing happened, good podcast, that put me in a good mood. I was like ready to like start editing and things like that. Then I saw a Vayner Talent, like it's an extension of Vayner Media, Gary's company. I saw they were going live. I was like, whatever. But then I clicked on it for some reason. I saw that only 17 people were live. 17 people were watching. I was like, that's good. That's a good opportunity. I get to be a part of this exclusive thing that not a lot of people are aware of. And I was like, I'll go live. And then they accepted my request, and I couldn't believe it. And those guys were like so prepared to, I wouldn't say kind of change your life, but then they were just prepared. And I was so prepared because I just got done with the podcast, and I'm like, bitch, I am ready. Oh my god, the whole thing got accepted, and I was live with them, but there was a bad connection and we couldn't get past like, hey, can you hear me? And like, it was so annoying. I did that for so like legit like a minute or 2. Can you hear me? Like, I'm from here, like, hi, like, I was like, this could have been something huge. Also, the 2 person that were going live from Gary's company, one of them was on my podcast. Stefan was on my podcast. So I was like, fuck, like, this is my shot. I was like, Stefan, get me on live. And I guess that they just accepted. And I was like, I cannot believe I missed this. I feel like some kind of credibility if they would knew that the guy sitting next to them was on my podcast, and I feel like it would bring a little more attention, but for some reason it just me up. So I just couldn't believe it. Yesterday was such a funny day. I was like, what is happening? What am I doing? And it wasn't like, someone not seeing your messages is fine. Someone seeing your message, checking you out, and then not replying. Even right now, just on DMs with people, and like a lot of like good things are happening. People are saying yes, we're having good conversations, but just getting rejected and having this weird awkwardness kind of a thing, it just feels so weird. And I'm not seeing a lot of progress. And I know it's like I need to be patient and stuff, but you can't be patient with the actions. That is patience. Like I have all the patience I need for like the end goal, right? Like to achieve something. But you can't have patience with progress. You can't be like, no shit, like dude, you gotta be patient. If you're not seeing progress, that means something is not working. Like please excuse my hair, like they're not straightened, they look really funny. You can't be patient with progress, and if I'm not seeing progress, that means I'm doing something wrong and I need to correct it. I'm just very overwhelmed with things. Literally, like editing a podcast takes fucking a lifetime. Let me just upload my podcast just got rendered. I'm gonna upload it. It takes legit like half an hour to upload. It might just fucking be 4 hours. Anyway, I just don't want to sound like this person. Like I want to be happy, but fucking just feel like a pit in my stomach. And I really want to see progress on Instagram. I feel like that is where everything is gonna happen. Like YouTube's long term. I'm doing stuff for YouTube for the right person to come to my channel and understand who I am. What my goal is to communicate very, very well who I am, what I'm trying to do. Because it's not so much about, I wouldn't say like the followers is not the end goal. That is not the goal. That would be something I need to achieve to get something else, and which is to get attention from the right people. I'm trying to work for free because I haven't found my thing, and I feel like I'm at a place where I want to learn and I want to grow. Therefore, I would really want to work for someone, and I want to get their attention the right way. And also I want to go from a position of strength instead of like weakness, like, hey, can you hire me? And so I've done the work of showing you results of who I am, what I can accomplish, and then go from there. So even if I'm there, I'm not like some backside person, like just people in the background or whatever, but I'm actually like in the main core work that's happening. So that's the goal, and that is why it's very important for me to grow my Instagram, to get attention. To followers is going to do two things. It's either like it is going to do two things. One is going to get the right people to notice you. Second, it's going to show results, that you're not just like anyone who's trying to go. So the thing is that everyone in the social media game, everything is so dependent on followers, right? The sad or good part or whatever, whoever has bigger numbers has more leverage. And for a person with an insignificant amount to go up to the person who has like millions of followers, that just doesn't seem to match. I feel like a person there has done so much work, has become such a person with all the years of work enough, and then they would think that someone is just trying to reach me without doing any work, or like they're clout chasing, or like whatever, you know, like they're just in it for the followers and things like that, in it for the wrong reasons. That is why I want to do the work, to prove that this is not even what I want. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, I don't want to be like such a low, I don't know, that's why I don't want to put it out there. Like I don't want to be a channel that just keeps talking about like I'm having a trash day, this and that. But this is what's happening. And when I'm trying to film my journey, when I'm trying to document the process, which is actually not making stuff up, but just actually recording what's happening, I felt like it would be important to share this. And I just did a collaboration, posted it. Not the happiest with it, even though I spent so much time on it. We've been working on it for like a month, like 2 months, but it's not even that great. And we wasted a lot of time. So much of it is because of the time difference. We get such a short window to communicate. This is when I'm up in the night. Imagine if I'm not up at the night. Like I cannot communicate with this person whatsoever, because there's legit a 12.5 hour difference. So whenever they're sleeping, I'm awake, and whenever I'm awake, they're sleeping. And that is why it took so long. So for something that we could have done in 1 day, it took us like 3 days or 4 days just to communicate, just for like one message to get across and get a reply. And things like that have been stressing me out. And I'm like, if things are going at this pace, forget about it's gonna be years. It's just such a waste of fucking time. And therefore I feel like I'm not doing enough. What is it that I have to do? And I take a lot of time to come to this place where I'm working. Like if I'm waking up at 4 p.m. because of course like I'm sleeping at 8 a.m. and stuff because I'm awake, I get to work at 10 or 11. I waste a lot of time. And for some reason it just takes me time to come to a place where I don't know why. And just when dealing with things, was feeling very, very alone and very, very caught up with just what I'm trying to do. I'm like, how long will I be able to go like this? And that is why I always mention Netflix. Like, I feel like that is why Netflix has been a very important thing in my life, because there is no meeting new people. There is no going out with friends. There's just this in my room and like a fucking camera. That's it. So I feel like Netflix is an escapism or whatever, to just like completely forget about everything and go to that. Like that keeps me going. It's so weird, but it does keep me going. Like I'm now watching a TV show and I'm in love with all the fucking TV shows I watch, so I was waiting to watch it, but I was like, You know when I'm gonna watch it, when I'm gonna enjoy it is when I know I gave it not my all, but I actually did like the most I could. And I feel like my most is not even close, but I should really feel like I squeezed in everything I had to do for the day. Like I did complete days worth of work. That is when I can enjoy my show. And when are days where I'm not like working properly, I like don't even enjoy the show. So I feel like I don't know how that works, but it works for me. And yeah, there's a lot of self-doubt, and not necessarily in myself. It's so weird. Like I don't have any self-doubts about myself, to be honest. It's just weird, but I do feel like this is what I'm meant to do, and not like this, but just be a leader and excel, and not to like fulfill my ego or make money, but who's a leader who leads other people, to happiness or to success or to whatever. And my whole mission is to lead other young people, to help them out, to like live a happy life. And not just like a happy life, like, ooh, it just sounds stupid, but truly like break out of the shell so they can completely be the best version of themselves. And I feel like there's such a huge misconception in the society. Like I want kids to actually have huge dreams and to have like different dreams and go towards entrepreneurship and make money, because I feel like when you have the most money, you get to truly be yourself. When you're successful, so many things are just taken care of. When someone's in the process of working hard, they come in the process of becoming a good person. I truly feel like that, because when you're working hard on your goals, you have these ambitions and stuff, you learn. Every successful person learns and adapts. And you know that I will not be successful just because I'm trying to get money, but I'm going to be successful, an entrepreneur, an artist or whatever, is because I'm going to add something to the world, and the world is going to return me. So money and everything I get would be the byproduct of everything I create. And I feel like everyone learns to be a good person in that process. They learn people skills, how to talk to people, how to treat people. They learn so much about themselves, how to become a better person and how to contribute more, and just things like that. So I feel like when a lot of people are going in that place, the world is going to become such a better place for people, and people will live just better lives. I don't know, I genuinely feel like a lot of shit that's happening in the society. So what happens, like even if people are doing bad things or they're good doing good things, it somehow feeds you, like being mean to people fills your ego, I don't know, fills in some kind of gap for your insecurities, or just doing people bad shit. Why? Because they have no purpose in life. But once people figure out their purpose and attach that to whatever they want, and I'm sure like money is not the answer for every single person, but it is for a lot of people. But if money is not the answer, an answer could be something else. Finding the person of their dreams, starting an incredible family. How is that going to happen? That's also going to happen by you need to become a good person first to be able to attract this person you want, If you're trying to go for this perfect person, who's a nice person, who makes a living for himself, who treats people kindly, and who's very thoughtful and this and that, you need to become the person to be able to attract that kind of person. You see how it goes? So irrespective of what you want, when you're connected with your purpose, with what makes you happy, you go through a lot of like self-development. And a lot of people, I have noticed, anyone who's even a little bit into stuff like GaryVee, business, entrepreneurship, and self-development is a great person. It's actually a good person. They're so in tune with themselves. Because I feel like human beings are good people. Like, you just inherently are good. It's just the outside circumstances which lead you to kind of shadowing your judgment and becoming a bad person. I feel like, like if you're surrounded by mean, negative people, you yourself become a mean, negative person. But once you're in this culture of constantly growing, because entrepreneurship and business constantly need you to exercise your brain, to learn, to adapt. At the end of the day, you learn that you don't have to become the most educated person about marketing, but you need to become the most educated person about yourself. Let me expand on that. That means that I was listening to this guy who's one of the most successful real estate person, and he's like a mentor, and he mentors other people, and he has one of the most successful companies. He was talking about the reason my real estate mentees became so successful, because I would not teach them about real estate. I would teach them to be able to understand their mind, to be able to learn self-discipline, to be able to like learn to overcome the insecurities, to learn to overcome fear and things like that. Things about being a human. and what all of us go through. And therefore his people were so successful. So I believe like in this whole culture, people just keep becoming better people is like at the core of it. I don't know, I feel like that is truly the I guess solution to everything. That is why I'm very passionate about just kids, like, you know, who feel lost, who feel like they're in a box and who are not happy with life, with people around them and stuff like that, that they should know that they have the power to change everything. And that is why I feel like a lot of it begins from the education system. You know, like you being put in a box, you being told that you get a certain grade. If yes, then you're smart. If no, then you're not smart. Then the kid lives the rest of his life thinking he's stupid, or lives the rest of his life in a box. Like, you know, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna get a job, and just things like that. Like, I try to understand like all the wasted potential, all the wasted talent, all the wasted people that just go into these. And I see a lot of that in the society. And I, a person who discovered young people who can work hard, who can make money, and who can live a life of their dreams. I learned from them, I educated myself, and now I'm trying to do that myself. And therefore I feel like there's a huge purpose behind what I'm trying to do. It's like just, I know, like I don't want to be like I want to inspire people, but truly I want to become the person first. Instead of telling you, you know, like you can do it, like I should do it first, you know, with like no guidance, no direct guidance or no direct mentors. I just learned and learned and learned, and I'm able to execute even the little bit of stuff, and I can now, therefore what I achieve. And so much of it would be predicated on learning, education, but self-education, choosing what you educate yourself on, and choosing who you let educate you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a teacher fucking explaining me about business, the most traditional fucking 2002 bullshit, I would rather learn about business from a person who's actually running a successful business. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like I have a very strong opinion on teachers because I just had a bad experience, but I'm sure like everyone's not like that, but still, like, kids should choose who you let educate you. Like, not the most random fucking people. I truly believe that. And I let the right people educate me with the right books, with the right content, and therefore I have all this information. And then they just didn't educate me on like, alright, like A, B, C, but they educated me about being a good person constantly, about believing in myself, about not judging myself. And when I learned so much about myself, I started doing that in the society. Because once you stop judging yourself, it is so easy for you to not judge other people, you know? And it's just a snowball effect of good. And I feel like a lot of kids need to choose. Just choose for yourself, you know? Like, if you actually could be an incredible student and like go do your job and do a 9 to 5, whatever, what makes you happy, but you be sure that you choose that. I feel like my mission would be just to make people aware, and the people who want to do it, constructively help them, not like just tell them, but constructively help them. I feel like that's where a huge purpose of mine is attached. Just that's where I feel like a lot of pressure of doing good and not just being all talk, but actually manifesting results. I'd never expect results because I feel like I don't work hard enough, like not the kind of results I want. I don't know. So anytime like I would sit to like write my prayers or whatever, like my goals will begin like, I will work hard, and I am a hard worker, I have incredible work ethic, affirmation. Instead of like saying I am successful or whatever, I have this car, but I try to see myself as working incredibly hard, so I know that I deserve the things I get, you know? I don't know, just in that kind of a mindset. I would always talk about that I could never see people's journey, who they became before they became who they became, you know? For something like Gary spoke about, like he would love to see Drake's journey before he actually became Drake. I thought that no one had that journey up, like, you know, like on an everyday basis, what they were doing, or not even everyday, like just a before, behind the scenes, before they became, you know what I mean? So I found out BTS, apparently, who I look up to them so much as people, and they're the main guy, Namjoon. Him, I just look up to him so much as a leader and who he is and what he stands for. They actually do have up their whole fucking journey from like the past, I feel like 4 or 5 years. I'm so happy I discovered it, because whenever I'm going through these phases of self-doubt and stuff, I can look at these people. I cannot believe, like, I just see like them being in like in a little office, just making these daily logs, like video logs, like very proper, like just a camera up here and talking to the camera and just kind of giving an overview of the day or what they were going to do tomorrow. And it just moved me so much to see these stars or whatever, like these these people who've made, these guys have actually made it real successful, made it. To look at people like that as human beings and what went behind them actually making it. It's not just them being fucking good looking, I'm being lucky, or fucking this and that, what people would always say, but the work that they put in was just amazed me. And just going to their stories and seeing that how they were filled with self-doubt, how they always felt like so confused. They never thought that they could reach where they are. But irrespective of all those thoughts, what they didn't compromise on was work. It's one thing to keep on self-doubting yourself and be like, I'm not sure if I can make it and this and that, and then not working. Then there's one thing to, if all that stuff is gonna happen, you just have to accept it as a fact. I feel like, of course, you have to be in like a cycle where you can talk yourself out of it, that listen, if you won't believe in yourself, who else will? But at the same time, that might not be in your control, all the self-doubts and thinking this might never happen or blah blah. Irrespective, what you can control is your work, is your effort. I've just accepted, I'm like, either these thoughts are gonna come continuously or they're gonna go away. Irrespective, what I'm going to focus on is keep on putting work, keep on working hard. Even if I'm having a good day, if I'm having a bad day, if things are not looking good, if I'm getting fucking rejected, just keep on doing. And I feel like it is going to happen if I remain being a good person and just doing good around everyone in my environment, whether it's like at home, people I'm interacting with, or like this online world. Just keep on being a good person and keep on working. I truly feel like if you're a good person, you work hard and hard, there's no way that you won't hit. It's just a matter of time. And I feel like that's just something I'm trying to do. So I just wanted to record what I was feeling and the thoughts in my mind. And editing takes a lot of time. Podcasts and stuff takes me fucking 4 to 5, 6 hours. I'm trying to not be that particular with editing my podcast, because I'm like, I'm wasting time with being so particular with, I'm literally editing 0.5 seconds a billion times. So I'm like, it's okay, like I shouldn't be that kind of a perfectionist. I could actually be utilizing an extra 2 hours somewhere else that would actually give me like better results, so just dealing with things like that. And I thought I'd record this video. Thank you for watching, man. I really appreciate it, and bye.
Mr. T gold on my body, 6 chains. Niggas tryna copy skirt, switch lanes. Bad bitch with me, she don't know you, you a lame. You ain't getting money, boy, that's just loose change, hey. Boy, that's just loose change, hey. Boy, that's just loose change, hey. Boy, that's just loose change, hey.